I thought the hardest part of starting marathon training would be the running. But in week 1, that wasn't the problem at all. The hard part was everything before the run. The planning of the logistics, the mental weight, and also the feeling that I needed to be ready before I even started. In this video, I want to break down why week 1 of marathon training feels harder than it should, and what actually helped me get past that, and hopefully you too. The hardest part of starting marathon training is not the fitness or the discipline. It's the mental overload of committing to this really big goal. Once I could reduce that overload, week 1 actually became manageable. So I thought that there are 3 main factors that are contributing to this week 1 being so difficult. And the first thing that I found was the mental overload. So we have a new plan, a marathon training plan, and everything is new. Week 1 is the starting point of this new journey. And there are a lot of things that we have to decide suddenly. There are so many decisions that need to be made. Concerning the training, the fueling during the training, the routes, the runs are getting longer and longer. So you also have to think about the whole logistics sides of this. And also, now you're not just a runner anymore, you're a marathon runner to be. And it's almost like a new identity that you have to accept. For me, it was not easy actually to do this. I still feel hesitant to even talk about my new goal. And of course, with a new identity, there come new expectations. I found that I have a lot of expectations of how training should go, how training should look like. And of course, I also have my time-specific goals. Secondly, I want to point out the readiness illusion, I want to call it. So now I signed up for this big event and I need to be ready for it, right? I signed up, I need to be motivated. But for me, it was the complete opposite. I have been sick throughout the week. I was not feeling any motivation, and there was a complete mismatch in expectations. Yeah, and the third factor is the commitment shock. We have committed to this really big goal and we suddenly notice, oh my God, I really need to put in all the work. And it almost feels like every single one is obviously contributing towards this big goal. So what if I miss one run? It can have an impact, right, on the full following training weeks. And yes, I noticed it is completely affecting my schedule, my time management, my energy management. All these runs, they need to be fit into my real life with work and other commitments. And the energy, needs to be spread between all of those things. And it's quite a tough job to really balance everything. So if you too have experienced similar feelings and being over-analyzing everything, let me share with you what actually helped me get through week 1. To first of all redefine what success looks like for this first week. So instead of having all of your times and the perfect execution plan and having to stick to that, I think it helped me a lot to just say, hey, this first week it's all about showing up and it's about putting the systems into place. If I can do that, then we're already on the way and week 1 will be a success. So that was kind of a game changer to stop procrastinating and actually get into action and just showing up. So the second point that really helped me was to reduce decision making as much as possible. So simplify your running as much as you can. You can decide on a specific day and time when you would like to train, and then just stick to that predefined schedule. The same you can do with even things like putting your running shoes in front of your bed, or putting out your banana or your gels already on the kitchen counter, so that you can simplify your whole routines. You don't have to make all these small decisions in the moments. And the same actually I would do with my running routes. So instead of always trying something new, I have one route in place where I already know exactly where to go, how long this will take, if there are like bathroom requirements, etc. Just have one route in place which you know well, and you can just execute throughout this first week. And then what will also be important is to not change what you have already decided. So I told myself, no more replanning, I will do what I planned and it will be okay. And the third point is just to start anyways, even if I don't feel ready for it or I'm not motivated. The most important part is just to start. And I noticed once I actually got started, once I went out to my runs, it felt pretty much like usual. It was all a little bit in my head and over planning everything. So let me also share what didn't work for me this week. Yes, number one, of course, is the constant over planning of everything. I really need to try and cut down on that. Secondly, I also found that I was consuming way too much advice. Like I started to look up every single YouTube video about how to get started with marathon training, and it was just putting too much of information into my head and making me doubt things. And yes, the other thing, of course, is to wait for ideal conditions. The weather will probably not get better. I will probably not feel more motivated. Really, it's just about getting started. I think the clear takeaway that I have is that week one is not so much about training your body. It's really all about reducing this friction of starting in the first place. And once you get going, everything actually will fall in place, and you are already on the way. Next week, I really want to settle into my new training. I want to make sure that I adjust to this new training stage. And yeah, I'm already telling myself I want to adjust that, yeah, I don't overplan so much anymore, and I get more into the execution of the plan. And yeah, next week I will update you about how this is going, and what works, what doesn't, and what I will adjust moving forward. If you too are a 9-to-5er trying to cram in your marathon training, consider subscribing. I will be documenting this journey very honestly, and then I will see you next week.